Sandra's Heart Tale, Part 8 by Amah's Heart. Lucia rounded up with school and was waiting for graduation. I could not wait for my own day to come when I would be a graduate as well. I returned to school with the help of my mother. Things were moving on well again, which includes studies. One day, I visited my close friend Lupemi, who was also my classmate. I met her elder brother in the house who was based abroad but traveled down to spend time with his family. It was very nice as we all engaged in a normal discussion, his sister inclusive. I saw him as a big brother too, just like Lupeni. We talked and laughed. He was lively and fun to be with. My friend had told me about him before, and meeting him and getting to know him more felt great. I later told him it was time to take my leave. They wanted me to spend more time, but I have to go because I have reading to do that night, and I need to be on my way, despite how fun it was in my friend's house. I stood and took my bag. They saw that they couldn't talk me out of leaving. I decided to see me off. Joba, my friend's brother, volunteered to drop me off at my hostel, but I told him not to bother. He insisted to drive me down, but I was head bent and refused. They waved me goodbye as I left. Few days later, I and my friend Lupeni, we are coming back from lecture hall. She started talking about her brother. Lupeni said all that her brother talks about now is me. He just can't keep calm. Penny, as she is fondly called, said Joba requested for my number, but she wanted to ask me first if it was okay by me. I told her to go ahead and give him that it was fine by me. That same night, while I was at my hostel, Joba called and we got talking. He doesn't miss a day without calling and sending messages to me. He will send me several messages and I will try and respond whenever I'm less busy. Joba came visiting me in the hostel. He asked me to get dressed and he took me out to a fancy restaurant. He later asked me to join his family and see him off to the airport because he was traveling back to the following day. He pleaded that I should be on time. I should be on time with his family before his plane would take off. But I declined. I couldn't agree to the offer because I had class which I can't afford to miss. I gave him my reason why I can't see him off to the airport and he understood and did not push further. He later traveled and I was off the first person he called to inform that he has arrived safely. He makes it a habit to always come. He calls daily and I also send messages daily. I was always on phone with him. His call was constant and I got used to it. I was already attracted to him. He told me that he had a son who is about 5 years old. Joba said him and his baby mama separated after the birth of his son, but he has custody of the boy. He was in contact with his son's mom. He has not been in contact with his son's mom. It's been 5 years they both went their separate way. He said him and his son's mother separated long time ago, even before he finally got his visa to travel abroad. I asked about Lupemi, my friend, if she can confirm it, what the brother was saying. And she said everything the brother said was true. He didn't want to keep any secret from me because she told him now how much I hate secrets. He wanted to bear out his heart and come out open so that I will know the kind of person he is and accept him for who he was. It was one of his wish that I will become part of his life someday. Even their mother likes me and wish I will someday become part of the family. No day will pass by without Joba calling. He wants to know what I'm doing at every point in time and to be sure I was alright. I got used to him and the way he cares so much about me. He started sending me money without me asking him for a dime. He was taking care of my needs and would always tell me not to hesitate to ask him if I need anything. I'm the type of person that doesn't ask or demand for anything. Even if I'm in need, I would rather hustle for a way or ask my mom. Joba noticed the kind of person I was and took it upon himself to always send me money without me asking. He will even send me money to give to my mother and my siblings. As my birthday approached, he told me that he will fly down just for my birthday. I had told him not to do that, and him flying down for my birthday was a big expense. I asked him to just wish me well over the phone instead of flying down. Joba surprised me and traveled all the way down during my birthday. I was shocked that he went ahead to travel down just because of my birthday. So it's a beautiful moment as few family and friends gather, including his own family, as we celebrate my birthday in a grand style. And to crown it all, Joba proposed to me on the same day. He brought out the engagement ring and asked me to marry him. I was speechless because it all took me by surprise. I said yes, and he slid the ring with joy into my finger. After then, Joba paid my mom a visit. My mom was pleased to finally meet him. He stayed in the country for 3 weeks before he finally traveled back. His family loved me, accepted me as part of them. My mother and siblings were very nice. His mother and siblings were very nice, and I felt really loved and kept thanking God for everything. My final year in school came to an end. 2 months later, Joba came into the country and we began our marriage preparation. The marriage plan was going on smoothly. I felt so lucky to have a man like Joba. I went to see my stepfather and I informed him about my upcoming wedding. Also to show him the man I was getting married to. I also informed my late father's family, and all they gave me were their support. My late father's brother stood in as a father for me on my wedding day. How I wish Balo was alive to witness such a remarkable day in my life. Everything was beautiful. My wedding decoration was on point and makeup was flawless. All my bridesmaids were all looking beautiful. My husband and his groommen were not left out. Lucia, my sister, was my maid of honor and was seated beside me. We did our traditional wedding, which was the main wedding. The following day, we did our civil marriage. Everything went so well, and I couldn't have asked for a better man. I felt like God blessed me with a good and caring husband. Joba was enough. I was indeed blessed to have him, but he kept saying he was the one blessed to have me. He rented a big apartment for me after our wedding and made sure it was well equipped with everything I needed. He made the house so comfortable for me and I wouldn't lack anything. He took his little son from his family and brought him to me so that he can stay with me. I was very happy to have the little boy and begin my first motherly role with him. We bonded together like mother and son. Joba later traveled back to her brother, increased the communication style. It became more than before because he would always call to check up on me and his little boy that I took as my son. I even asked my mom to come over and stay with me because there was enough room and I wanted her close, but she declined. She insisted to remain at her place. She asked me to get used to being married and enjoy every moment as it comes and keep praying to God to bless my home every good thing with every good thing, which include children. Since it was only me and Danny, Joba's son, I gave him everything he could ever ask for. I cared for him like my blood and make sure he lacked nothing. Joba was very pleased the way I was taking care of Danny. Even his family loved me even more. Joba flies down to see us. He will stay for several months before traveling back. I hope to conceive for Joba, but children were not forthcoming for me. Someday I want to give birth to my own child from my womb. This was one of my prayers. Life was beginning to make sense and I was enjoying my new home, hoping to be a real mother when God decided to smile on me. I also hope this beautiful moment never ends and that my husband remains the angel he has always proven to be.